What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to another live stream for your Monday night, October 14, 2024. I hope everyone is doing well. The off-season has begun. We are looking forward to the Pacific Championships this weekend. There's a bit to get into. We'll do the preview of that one tomorrow, so that should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun, man. Hold on a second, guys. I was just putting that in the video. I forgot to put a stadium in, but there we go. That's where I would rank that. Right, I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to another stream. We're going to be ranking NRL stadiums that I attended in 2024. I believe I went to 11 stadiums this season. 10 of them were vlogged. The other one I didn't vlog. I didn't do a vlog for the Spoon Bowl in the last round. I just thought, you know what, I'll have a rest and I'll just wait for the Cowboys game and vlog that, which is what we did. So, hello to the live chat as always. Hello to everyone that's watching. Hope yous are all good. Hello to Aussie Mozzie. Hello to Gene, Rishi, Josh, Luke, Jason. Hello, Jope, Stephen, Sports Music God, everyone that's here. I hope you are all doing great. Thank you for tuning in as always. Now, before I start, I didn't go to every single stadium in the country this season. I went to every away game for the Cowboys except for one game, which I missed due to personal reasons. That was Cronulla in round 7. Looking back, I'm glad I did because we got smashed in that game. But the stadiums that I attended this season, I attended Suncorp, Cogra, CommBank, Cbus Super Stadium, Queensland CommBank Stadium, Allianz Stadium, GIO Stadium in Canberra, Penrith Stadium, which is known as BlueBet Stadium, Leichhardt Oval, Accor Stadium, and Campbelltown Sports Ground. I attended those 11 stadiums this year. I wasn't in Melbourne. I wasn't in Newcastle. I wasn't in New Zealand. What else? I wasn't in Wollongong this year. I wasn't at GIO Stadium in Redcliffe. So, you know, they're all the ones that I've been to that I just named. I'm going to rank all of them from worst to best. Just my experience. And no, I wasn't in Bundaberg either. No. So the way I'm ranking this is I'm basing it off my experience, the atmosphere, the stadium, and everything in between. So just my opinion on everything. If you don't like it, tough titties. Go to the ground yourself and do your own video. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 11. Very, very controversial on the list. Number 11 is the 8th wonder of the world, Leichhardt Oval. I did not have a good experience at Leichhardt Oval. I found this place to be very, very poor. Couple of problems. One, clearly needs an upgrade, which I believe it's getting, so that'll probably be good for it. Two, where I was sitting, not the greatest spot in the world to sit. You had the speaker right on my ear. Not the greatest seats in the world that I selected. Probably should have chose somewhere else to sit. Atmosphere-wise, it was okay, but you got to understand. I was there on a Thursday night. There was only about 9,000 in attendance. There was probably about 30 Cowboys fans there. There wasn't a whole lot, and I did get abused quite a bit at Leichhardt Oval. Now, maybe I'm doing it to myself by bringing in the drum and whatnot. Maybe I'm doing it to myself, but I didn't have a good time at Leichhardt Oval, man. Got abused by a lot of West Tigers fans. Got called all sorts of names. It's so far away from everything. Like the train station's a bit of a walk as well. The transport isn't the greatest. Not a big fan of Leichhardt Oval. Now, don't get me wrong. It's definitely a iconic rugby league ground as in terms of history of the game and whatnot. But just me, as a patron going to the game to support the Cowboys there on that night. It just wasn't the greatest atmosphere, wasn't the greatest experience. So number 11 is going to be Leichhardt Oval, whether you like it or you don't like it. It is what it is. Number 10, also a Tigers stadium, Campbelltown. Campbelltown isn't a terrible, terrible ground, but it's definitely got some problems about it, man. Couple of problems with Campbelltown. Now, I'll start with the positive. The train station's across the road, literally across the highway. Perfect. The transport and everything like that when it comes to Campbelltown is fine. No problem whatsoever, but they've only got one screen. I sat behind the post with a couple of mates when I went to Campbelltown for the Spoon Bowl in the last round, and you can't really see the replay of what happens. Like, if you miss something, there's a good chance you won't be able to see a replay of it at the game because the screen is right down the other end. Didn't really go too much on Campbelltown. I do like it more than Leichhardt Oval. I'll give it that. And atmosphere-wise, Campbelltown's pretty solid. But look, I was there for a Tigers-Eels game, two bottom sides, so I can't be too critical of the ground, but not the greatest stadium in the world. But hey, at least you can get there. You get off the train and you look across the road and stadium's right there. So at least it's got that about it. But hey, Campbelltown, I think it's got a bit more upside to it than Leichhardt, just me personally. But if you're staying in the city or if you're staying out, somewhere in Sydney, like wherever you're staying out at Parramatta or you're staying out west, you're staying out towards Bankstown area, it is so far away. It is literally like to go from, for example, to go from Bankstown or friggin' Parramatta to Central, which is about half an hour. Then you got another 55 minutes on the train to Campbelltown. It's a bit of a mission to get there. It's a bit of a mission, bit of a journey. But number 10, Campbelltown. Number 9, a place that I do not like, and I was tempted to put this one around 11 for Tampa, but BlueBet Stadium. Penrith Stadium, man, I've said this so many times to you guys. I hate Penrith Stadium, and I'm glad it's getting knocked down. I'm glad it's getting a redevelopment, and it's going to be a brand new ground. Thank God, because seriously, I can't stand BlueBet Stadium. You get off at the train station, and yes, it may not be a long walk, but it feels like you're walking forever to get to goddamn BlueBet Stadium to begin with. My experience at BlueBet, I've been there quite a few times now, and I've never really had too many good experiences at Penrith Stadium. The times that I've been there, I was yelled at by a security guard for just trying to see the Cowboys. I was abused for cheering on my team. There's a lot more I can get into, but especially this year, like we played at BlueBet Stadium during the Origin period, and yes, we did win, and that was fantastic, and everything about that was great, but it was raining. We were getting abused by people on the hill for just cheering on our own team. So, look, I personally believe it's a shithole. I'm not a big fan of Penrith Stadium. I'm looking forward to the upgrade and seeing how different it will be, but not my cup of tea when it comes to BlueBet Stadium. Not my favorite stadium, and I really, really dislike it. So, number 9, BlueBet Stadium. Number 8, a stadium that I actually enjoyed this season was GIO Stadium down there in Canberra. Now, that was my first time in Canberra, and I must admit, I did enjoy GIO Stadium. Canberra is a very nice place. Yes, it's freaking cold, and we played there in June, not the greatest time of the year to be playing in Canberra, but the weather was cold, but it wasn't like -4 or anything like that. It wasn't ridiculous. I think it was about 1 or 2 degrees. I think when we played the Raiders, it was a 6 o'clock game, and I think it was -1 by full time. So after being at the game with the atmosphere and whatnot, it wasn't too bad. And look, it may have been a very small crowd when we played there in Canberra, but I enjoyed Canberra Stadium, man. I liked it a lot. Now, I'm not too sure about the public transport because I got an Uber from the city to the stadium, so I'm not sure about public transport, and I did get an Uber back to my hotel. So, I do like Canberra Stadium. I think it's nice. Atmosphere is good. The fans there are very respectful. I really did enjoy Canberra Stadium. So, very underrated in my opinion. You know, you compare it to other stadiums, it's got a bit of a vibe about. It's got a bit of a vibe about it. I think it's similar to. Look, I don't like comparing stadiums too much, but it's similar to the Gold Coast Stadium. I think it's a little bit similar. It's not that far off. The Viking Cup as well. It's always cool. It's always really cool. But yeah, number 8, GIO Stadium. Number 7, Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. You guys know Cbus Super Stadium. If you've been there, you probably like the ground. It is a nice ground. Cbus Super Stadium, or what was it called? Skill Park back in the day. It's had 2 names, but I do like Cbus Super Stadium. I think the Gold Coast Titans have a very nice stadium. Atmosphere is usually pretty solid. It's got a lot of good things about it. It's also got some negatives. There's never a big crowd there. Like, unless you're at a Titans-Broncos game, or if the Titans are having a good season and they're playing one of the top 4 sides that actually have away fans, you might get a good atmosphere. But if you rock up there for if you rock up at Cbus Super Stadium for a random Titans versus Knights game, or a Titans versus Eels, you're probably not going to get a great atmosphere. You're probably not. But if you rock up there for a Titans Broncos, or a Titans Warriors, or even a Titans Cowboys, you're probably going to enjoy yourself. The atmosphere is usually pretty electric. Everyone's sort of up and about, and it's usually a good time. So number 7, Cbus Super Stadium. I think it's a nice ground, man. I think it's underrated as well. Number 6, Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, Cogra Oval. A lot of people shit on Cogra, man. A lot of people do. But I must admit, man, my experience at Cogra earlier this year, we played there back in round 3. The atmosphere there, man, it's something else, man. Let me tell you. The atmosphere there is something else. Yes, I understand their fans may not. Hang on a second, guys. I understand their fans may not do a lot of starting chants and all that sort of stuff, but Netstrata Jubilee is nice. You get off at the train station. It's only a 5-minute walk. Now, a lot of people don't know this. Don't get off at Cogra Station. When you're on the train heading to the ground, get off at Carlton and walk. Trust me, you're saving yourself a lot of time. So it's a 5-minute walk to the stadium. Atmosphere is usually good. If you play there during the daytime, you're getting a very good atmosphere on the hill. It's just a really nice suburban rugby league ground. So I enjoyed Cogra, and I think it's underrated as hell. So number 6 is Netstrata Jubilee Stadium. Now let's get to the top 5, shall we? Top 5. Number 5, CommBank Stadium. I like CommBank, man. Really, really nice stadium. One of the easiest stadiums to get to in Sydney. You literally get off at Parramatta Station and you're probably a 5-7 minute walk away. It's not far. CommBank is nice. It's a flat surface walk. You're not walking up hills. You're not having to worry about all that sort of situation. I really enjoy CommBank Stadium, man. I've been there a few times now, and every time I go there, the atmosphere is usually pretty hot. Now, unfortunately, we had to deal with a couple of dickheads this year at CommBank, a couple of dumbass Eels fans trying to, be a little bit over the top. But overall, CommBank Stadium is very nice, man. And I would say it's a top 5 stadium in the whole NRL. I think CommBank's outstanding. So, number 5, CommBank Stadium. Number 4 is Accor Stadium, good old Homebush, the place where they played the grand final and Origin. Accor Stadium is terrific. A lot of people shit on it because of the lack of atmosphere and everything like that. But when I went there this year, it was Bulldogs v Cowboys, round 27. The winner was getting a home final. The loser was potentially missing a home final. And the good thing about Accor Stadium is when I was there this year, there was about 32,000 people there. So we actually had an atmosphere to go with. And I get people are upset with Accor Stadium because of the lack of quality facilities and just everything. Everyone calls it the stadium from hell and whatever. But the train station is literally outside the ground. It's not far at all. You've got the outstanding bloke in a bar. What do I call it? The locker room pub outside the ground, and then you got the atmosphere, which can be good and also can be bad as well. That's why I'm not calling it an elite stadium, but it's great for grand finals. It's great for Origins. It's great for big games like rivalry games and whatnot. So I haven't got really anything too negative to say about Accor Stadium. I think it's a great ground and I enjoy going there. So it's number 4 on the list. Number 3, probably my favorite stadium in Sydney, Allianz Stadium. Allianz Stadium is outstanding, man. Let me tell you. Probably my favorite ground in Sydney. Moore Park, as it's also known for. It's outstanding, man. Absolutely outstanding. Allianz Stadium, you just go to Central Station, get on the tram. You're only 2 stops away from Moore Park anyway. And you just walk to the ground. It's only about a 5-minute walk from the it's only a 5-minute walk from the friggin' from the tram line anyway, and it's easy to get to. I was at Allianz twice this year when we played the Roosters back in round 13 on a Sunday afternoon, and then obviously for the semi-final when Sharks played the Cowboys. And it's a great ground to get to. It's easy to get to. I actually really liked Allianz Stadium, and I would say it's the best ground in Sydney. I really would. I love Allianz. I hope we play there again next year. I just love going there. Great ground. Number 2, Suncorp Stadium. Suncorp Stadium, probably one of the best stadiums in the whole NRL. If you've been to Magic Round, if you've been to a finals game up there, you'll know what I mean. Suncorp Stadium, it's got that rugby league vibe about it. Look, it's probably number 1. It's probably the best stadium to watch rugby league at. It's got it all, man. You can get off at Roma Street. You can walk 5 minutes to Suncorp. Or you can get off at Milton Station and you can go to the McDonald's or whatever before it and whatever, walk up the stairs and you walk into Suncorp. You're right there. It's one of the great rugby league grounds. Probably my favorite ground to go to. Like, as a Cowboys supporter, when it comes to away games, Suncorp and Allianz are my 2 favorite to go to. And Suncorp, I mean, it's as a Cowboys fan, I'm grateful Suncorp's not that far from where I live. Obviously, I'm about a 2-hour drive from Suncorp, and we play there usually 4 times a year, 3 or 4 times a year. Obviously, we play the Broncos and Dolphins there, and we play Magic Round there as well. So it's always good to play at Suncorp, 2 or 3 times a year. And I love Suncorp, man. I love it. Great ground. Never really had any bad problems with Suncorp Stadium. So really nice ground. And it's number 2 on my list. And number 1, I'll be called biased here, but I don't give a shit. Queensland CommBank Stadium is the number 1 stadium that I attended this year. Love it to death. As you guys know, passionate Cowboys supporter. I went there for my birthday when we played the West Tigers. And I absolutely had a ball, man. One of the best nights ever up there on my birthday. And I just love it, man. Everything about it. It's so close to everything, man. Like, you go to the Cowboys Lease Club before the game. You walk to the stadium. It is literally a 5-minute walk. It's not far at all. I went there for the finals game as well. against the Knights, and it was just the atmosphere was off its head. It was absolutely off its rocket. I have never seen an atmosphere like it. It was like a Broncos-Cowboys game on a Friday night. It was just insane, man. So Queensland, CommBank Stadium, number one. Absolutely love the place, and I will definitely be back up there in 2025. That is for sure. So we'll go through the list again real quick. Now, guys, don't get upset if I ranked your team's stadium in a low category. It's just my experience and my opinion, and you guys are all going to have your own list. So number 11, Leichhardt Oval. Didn't have a great time there, to be honest. Number 10, Campbelltown Stadium. So far away. BlueBet Stadium, an absolute shithole. GIO Stadium, a very underrated stadium that doesn't get talked about as much. Cbus Super Stadium, a quality stadium that is not far away from everything. It's in a really good spot. Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, a great suburban rugby league venue, not far from the train station either. Easy to get to the ground. CommBank, CommBank is probably the most underrated stadium in Sydney. It's a quality venue. Accor Stadium, we all know how good Accor Stadium is, and it hosts some of the biggest games of the season. Number 3, Allianz Stadium, my favorite stadium in Sydney. Love going to Allianz Stadium. Number 2, Suncorp Stadium. It is high quality, and it's probably the best place to watch rugby league. And number 1, my favorite place, Queensland CommBank Stadium. Absolutely love attending it. Best ground in the game, in my opinion. But that's just coming from me as a Cowboys fan. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate you all for watching tonight's live stream. That's just my opinion and experience on every stadium that I went to this year. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a phenomenal Monday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Pacific Championships Week 1 preview. The Pacific Championships start on Friday night, and there's also a game on Saturday night, so I'm going to be doing a preview of that tomorrow night. Hang on a minute, guys. Just got to kick some idiot out. Goodbye, troll. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow for the Pacific Championships Week 1 preview. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know your favorite stadiums in the comment section down below. I look forward to reading it in the comments. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.